So Rita, just a comment. Frank has asked the question of a concrete example of kind of early warnings model. The example that we've put out here is that there's some point in the future, call it March of next year, that you have two alternative futures and that you can prepare for. One of our favorite examples, which we've been talking about lately, is the petroleum industry, right? So I think that's a great example, Frank, of there's an industry where you're looking down a tunnel, there's a light, and you know the light's not the end of the tunnel, it's a train coming, right? And the world is gonna change. And if you are Exxon, and you've seen what happened with Exxon over the last several months with, now I think it's 3 dissident board members joining the board, or you're in the petrochemical business and you're using petrochemicals to make your product, the world's going to change. Pricing is going to change. The demand for your product is going to change. So it's a fascinating study, because if you look at, I think oil's around $70 a barrel today, which is a 2-year high. The short term is completely disconnected with the long term. The long term is very, very clear that something's going to happen. It's very clear if you have billions or hundreds of billions, as ExxonMobil has or BP has, that you have to do something very serious to prepare for this change.
Yeah, I would just add that the way I normally set it up, Frank, is we'll have a time zero event. And in the book, it goes into some depth about how you can generate those, which is essentially you take 2 uncertainties that are real. This gives you a 2x2 of 4 possible futures. And then you write a headline from each future. That becomes your time zero event. And then what we recommend is work backward and say, before time zero could happen, what would have to be true?